To do that, we can go to the dashboard sections here, and we can create a dashboard. So this is what I have here. In dashboards, you can add widgets as you want. So I will create a new widget just to show you. So you will set up a widget name, let's say like error count, since I was just trying out that. So let's say I do a new release, I want to see like how many error counts I have, error logs count, sorry. You have different type of visualizations. You can see on a table, on a line chart, a bar chart, or pie chart. And then what you can do is you want to select your source for this metric. So for example, I want to see logs, so I will select login. And then you want to select the metric that you want to use. In this case, I want to count logs, so I will select this one. I can already see the time series being populated here, but I also want to make sure that I am only looking at error logs. So I will use the type filter to set up the filter for error logs. Here, I hit apply. And now I have a widget that shows me all the error logs over time on my application. Let's save it. Cool, so it's going to be at the end. This is the widget that I just created. In this case, I did prepare a few widgets that I wanted to share with you that I think are helpful for you to understand like how powerful this tool is and like all the things that you can do with querying your own data. So, for example, the first widget that I created here is the traffic by person widget. So you can see, for example, the amount of users using your application, then I did a release, and then the new application, the new version starts coming up. So I have how many users were using each of the versions. In here, I have a table with the same data, but just the totals, so I can just in a glance see how many users are using the app. Later, I have a pie chart where I am grouping my users by a dimension. In this case, I'm using browser. So I use headless Chrome to generate all these sessions automatically. So this is why most of my users are using headless Chrome. And then lastly, I have another visualization type. In this case, is the pie chart where I am grouping where are my users ending their sessions. In this case, most of them are ending the session on the current page, then some of them on the product details page. Another useful widget that I created is the exceptions by message, where I can see, for example, this exception was going on here, where I can see the checkout flow failing. That was the unhandled exception that I was trying to fix. And I can see here how after my fix, it's no longer happening, and I have another exceptions. So that's helpful for any kind of application. But then if you want to see metrics related to your business KPIs, in our case, the checkout flow, I have, for example, here all the fail spans related to checkout, and I can see at the same time exceptions or error happening. So I can try to relay this information as you want to see why your checkout flow is failing, and if you see a spike on either exceptions or log errors, that might explain it. Also, you may want to see how a new product is doing. So for example, on the log that we added earlier, where we were adding the product ID as an attribute, I have this widget where I'm showing how many times a product was added to the cart, grouped by product ID. Another cool thing that you can add is this is all about the checkout flow. So you can see how many of those spans are being abandoned, how many of them are erroring out, or how many of them are successful.